We weren't going to actually go in. That was the rule, the bit, the unspoken deal. You talk a big game for the camera, you stand next to the tape, you make jokes about Slender Man or Siren Head, and then you go get burgers. That was the whole dare. But when we got there and saw the signs, the sheer number of them, something stupid in us lit up. There weren't just a couple of warnings, there were dozens. Forest Service closure sheets nailed crookedly to trees, some crisp and white, others sun-faded and wrinkled. Yellow tape strung between trunks like a maze. Orange plastic barriers half fallen over, cones, metal stakes with laminated notices zip-tied on. A few signs oddly duplicated, as if someone printed the same file twice and didn't notice the formatting error. They said temporary area closure, federal investigation pending, no entry, hazard zone. This section of forest is closed until further notice, stay out, federal trespass prohibited. None of us had ever seen that many warnings in one place, which of course made it perfect for the dare. Ryan kicked one of the posts. They must really not want Bigfoot touching something. Dylan laughed into his phone camera. Slender Man finally unionized. I said nothing. I was filming for the YouTube bit. They wanted a stupid intro clip. The boys enter the forbidden forest. All that nonsense teenagers think looks cool online. Someone had added their own graffiti to one of the signs. Siren Head sighting, 2024. We laughed so hard we almost turned around. Almost. Because the problem with signs is the more there are, the less real they feel. After 20 or so, the warnings blur into decoration or a dare. Come on, Dylan said. The cliff's only like a half a mile in. Take a selfie, post it, we're legends. And because we were 16 and idiots, and because someone had to go first, we stepped under the tape. The forest looked normal. Too normal. Pines standing in straight lines, dry needles, little dust clouds kicked up by our shoes. No bird song, one narrow wind making the trees whisper. But then there were things that weren't normal. A tree with 3 closure notices stapled to it, overlapping each other, like someone kept trying to remark the area but didn't remove the old signs. A patch of forest floor where the needles were unnaturally smooth, like someone had brushed them flat. A faint chemical smell that drifted through the air in waves, then vanished. Then came back stronger. Probably a dead deer, Ryan said, or meth. He always said meth when he didn't know what to say. Dylan kept filming, narrating everything in a fake documentary voice. June 14th, 3 brave explorers venture into the sovereign land of Siren Head. The deeper in we got, the quieter the forest grew. Not a peaceful quiet, though, more like a waiting quiet. But the cliff was close, and the dare made us bold, and nothing had actually happened. Not yet. We saw him maybe 100 yards behind us, moving fast between the trees, his dark green uniform and broad-brimmed hat unmistakable. It was a ranger. Shit, Dylan said. Okay, run, run, run. We bolted. He wasn't yelling the way angry adults yell. He was yelling the way someone yells when they see a kid about to walk into traffic. Stop. Stop, you can't be in here, he yelled to us. His boots thudded through the brush. We sprinted, laughing at first, pure adrenaline, swerving between trees, filming over shoulders, yelling nonsense. But the laughter died the moment we heard his tone change. He wasn't furious. He was scared. Turn around, he shouted. You don't go any further. Do you hear me? Not another step. That froze something inside me. Rangers don't say things like that, not in that voice. We kept moving anyway. Stupidity, momentum, pride, and the forest suddenly didn't look normal anymore. Ahead of us, another patch of flattened needles, a strip of red tape tied high in a tree, a white plastic stake driven into the ground with nothing attached to it, a faint hum drifting through the air like machinery far away. Ryan said, "Why is he freaking out?" Dylan said, "Just keep going." I said, "I smell it again." Because the chemical smell was back. Stronger, sharp, industrial, and sour. He screamed at us again, "Don't go toward the smell. Back up now." We stopped so fast, Dylan almost crashed into me. The ranger caught up in seconds, breathing hard, face flushed, eyes wide with something that wasn't anger. It was fear and something else, something like dread. He didn't pull a gun, he didn't reach for cuffs, he didn't give us a speech. He grabbed Ryan by the back of his hoodie and physically yanked him backwards. "You boys have to leave right now. You leave and you do not come back here." "We're sorry," I said. My voice sounded really young. "We didn't know." He shook his head hard. "No, don't talk, just move, let's go." He kept glancing over our shoulders toward the direction that we'd been heading, not at us, but through us, like he was waiting for something to happen or appear. He herded us back the way we came, almost pushing, not rough, but desperate, checking the tree line every few steps. We heard one single burst of static on a radio, sharp and fast. The ranger stiffened at the sound. "Did you hear that?" Ryan whispered. "No," the ranger said immediately, too quickly. He didn't speak again until we reached the first line of caution tape. Then his whole demeanor snapped from frantic to formal, as if someone flipped a switch inside of him. "You boys trespassed into a federal closure," he said in a controlled, official voice. "I should cite you. I'm choosing not to. You go home. You don't talk about this online. You don't come back here. Do you understand?" Dylan held up his phone. "Do we delete the video?" He closed his eyes like the question physically hurt him. "Yes," the ranger said, "delete it." "What's going on in here?" I asked. My voice was small. He swallowed hard. "You didn't see anyone else," he said. It wasn't an answer, it was a command. "But no one else was there. Do you understand me?" he said. Of course we didn't, not even slightly, but we nodded. He stared at us for a long moment, jaw tight, something haunted in his expression. Then he said very quietly, "This forest isn't closed because of what might happen to it. It's closed because of what might happen to you." None of us talked on the drive home. Dylan deleted the footage without watching it. Ryan wouldn't stop looking at the rearview mirror, even though nothing was there. But that night, lying in bed, I kept replaying one detail. When the ranger grabbed us, his hands were shaking. Not from exertion, not from anger, from fear. Not of us, of whatever was deeper in the woods. The place he refused to let us go. The place the signs warned us of. The place he kept looking out over our shoulders like it might follow. And I realized something. He didn't chase us because we broke the rules. He chased us because someone else might have seen us before he did. Someone or something that we never saw at all.